serikali ya Gusii ya county ni ya ODM, lakini tunasema kwamba mtu yote ambaye atakuwa na shughuli nyingine atafute mkutano. Nyantrago iko, Mosocho iko, hata Ugembo iko, utaweza fanya mkutano yako kule.
Simba Arati has decided to take on Dr. Matiang'i in all avenues. What do I mean by this? We all know that the Jubilee Party has organized what we call its NDC on Friday. To make matters worse, ladies and gentlemen, Simba Arati and the ODM party, they have also organized one of the biggest rallies or maybe celebrations within the Gusii Stadium. Now, from me, I take this as political basically. And on this particular video, I want to take you through on the aims of Simba Arati in relation to organizing the event in Gusii region, as Dr. Matiang'i and the Jubilee Party organizes their own in the Nairobi area. But before I take you through, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Let me dive into this topic here today without much wasting of time. Ladies and gentlemen, as I started by telling you, Simba Arati has decided to take on Dr. Matiang'i. So right now, as we speak, every move he makes, it is basically to diminish Dr. Matiang'i. And actually, having the rally that is going to organize in the Gusii Stadium right now, it is one of the indications that Simba Arati is going to show Dr. Matiang'i that he has support. One thing I want to tell is this. People are going to come from Homa Bay, Migori, Kisumu, Siaya, even some of them from Western, to come to the Gusii Stadium. I'm strongly convinced that the stadium might be full. And if it will be full, one thing we expect is that there will be two-term chants here and there. But they are not going to ask where have you come from. They'll assume the Gusii Stadium was full and filled by the people from the Gusii region. Now, this is the perception that will create to show that he also has support within the Gusii region. He can pull crowds. He can fill the stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel that is a normal game that is always being played by politicians. But the fact remains in the Gusii region, Dr. Matiang'i was able to fill the entire Gusii Stadium within 10 minutes. 10 minutes. People were waiting for him at the Capitol roundabout, which is the famous area where we make our pronouncements. But the moment they changed mind that he's going to the Gusii Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, during his homecoming, the entire stadium was full to the brim, both the terraces and also the field itself. A clear indication that Dr. Matiang'i has huge support within the Gusii region. So Simba Arati is coming up with a plan to also try to fill the field, the stadiums. In a nutshell, just to be able to show Dr. Matiang'i that he also has muscles. Now, ladies and gentlemen, another aim that I think Simba Arati is up to is to prove that he's popular. Of recent times, Simba Arati have been shouted across. Some people calling him Judas, others calling him various names, across the Gusii region. People shouting one time. I gave an example here and told you that Simba Arati one time attended a church service, and someone, a congregant of that particular church, someone not drunk in sober mind, stood up and said, "Where when he one time?" In Gusii, of course. He has gone to some places, people have shouted at him seriously, calling him a traitor. So he knows what the ground is all about. But the fact remains now, when he organizes this kind of an event, is to create a perception that he still has support across the Gusii region. And the popularity is just trying to indicate that he has, most likely this time around, is going to have people from Lunyas and stuff to come and ensure that the event is very successful. So in a nutshell, Simba Arati is trying to show the people who are against him, especially from the Gusii region, that is very popular, just like Dr. Matiang'i, of which I don't know whether he'll be able to manage. But on the comment section, you can drop and tell me, do you think he's capable of showing that to Dr. Matiang'i? Ladies and gentlemen, another thing that I feel strongly that Simba Arati is up to is to create a two-term momentum within the Gusii region. Look at this. As we speak today, Simba Arati has gone to State House. He has been moving around to ensure at least he has popularized President William Ruto through projects that he's saying William Ruto is going to bring, is going to launch. Let's talk of the airport movement, the migration of the prisons from Gusii, from within Gusii town actually to Nyantrago, and many other things. Is basically trying to show that William Ruto is a good president, people like him, and is trying to build some base for him. As we speak today, all those methods have not worked. Simba Arati becomes unpopular and it's ineffective actually at the ground. So the fact remains that Simba Arati is also now, as we speak today, trying to create a two-term momentum within the Gusii region by ensuring that the high turnout of people within the Gusii Stadium, they will chant two-term, and eventually to be a conversation that will be there within the Gusii region. But I think, and I'm going to do a video on this, Dr. King Fred Matiang'i has handled Simba in the best way possible. He has left him to jump like a... There's this thing we call them in our tribe where I come from. We have this ndama. Ndama ikirukaruka na iacha, because you start running with it, you realize that it will keep on running, so it won't even settle down. So let it jump, move around, then it comes back to its mother. That is exactly what Dr. King Fred Matiang'i is doing to Simba Arati. He has let him to do his things. Eventually, he finishes himself, he calms down. So that is how he has successfully managed to tame all his methods to popularize President William Ruto within the Gusii region. In fact, the common manage is dealing with Simba Arati more than any other. Simba Arati is also planning to do one simple thing: to pass Raila and William Ruto's tests. As we speak today, wazungu walisemanga, whoever much is given, also much is done what? Expected. So as we speak today, there's an allegation that Simba Arati has been well oiled. For those who understand what I mean by oiling. So he moves across Gusii, well oiled. He can go to rallies. As we speak today, he's moving from one project to another. William Ruto, not his projects. We're wondering when he's going to take us through his projects. That shows that he's well oiled, promised goodies for 2027, but there's an expectation from the people of Kenya. Probably he needs to deliver. So ladies and gentlemen, as we speak today, the fact remains that Simba Arati is going to be tested by Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto for the first time. This test is to see whether he is capable of running William Ruto campaigns in 2027 within the Gusii region. Basically, that is what is happening. So Simba Arati is going to have tough times, because some of the things that are stressing him, that whenever there's a congregation in Gusii Stadium, people talk of one term. He had even organized his own event. Still, people went ahead to shout one term. As we speak today, the most stressful event for William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga is if they call people to the Gusii Stadium. Will they start chanting one term? If they do that, what are they going to do? Because if it happens if it's a certain corner, there's a likelihood that we are going to have a bad image, especially to Simba Arati and Raila Amolo Odinga. However, I listened to Simba Arati very keenly, telling people we want to organize mkutano wenu and then kwingine. So we expect guns to be poured in Gusii Stadium like hell. And we are going to see even people getting injured if we are not careful. What I want to ask is that let Kenyans remain very peaceful. Let them allow Simba Arati to do his thing peacefully. But let us also make our decisions in a very conscious manner. Because as we speak today, people in Gusii region have been injured enough. People in the Gusii region have died enough out of these kind of clashes or within political class. So therefore, let us be very careful that we don't lose any life, or maybe don't get anyone injured, or let's not get any property destroyed because of an engagement of Simba Arati with his ODM team. Let us grace the event. For those who are able to go and probably go to Nairobi and attend Dr. King Fred Matiang'i's Jubilee, welcome, it's okay. And for those who are able to stay home and watch everything from a distance, please feel free to do so. My name is Abdul Mukwa. I don't know what is your take. That is what I've come to conclude as far as Simba Arati's organizing of event in the Gusii Stadium on 26th is concerned. Thank you for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe, like and comment, because that's how you get support this channel. See you next time for more videos.